I think today is going to be the day, everyone. A day where we finally claw ourselves out of debt. Technically not in universe today because Nelson is extremely tired and I would love to get a solid 8 hours of sleep for all of his hard work, but aside from that, we are making money, and if we check our finances right now, we are getting ever so close to paying off our full mortgage on our ship. All thanks to the business of flipping ships, as we were able to sell off our kinetic rabbit for about $719,000, so I think if I do another solid ship flip like that, we can definitely pay off everything. It's still going to be quite a bit of work though, so Nelson is not completely out of it. Right now what we need to focus on is fixing up a transponder antenna so that we can actually get back to our ship and not get arrested by the police. Anyways everyone, welcome back to Ostranauts. And this may be the final episode, everyone, as Nelson has crawled himself closer and closer to paying off his debt, and making a name for himself in the process. Of course, I don't want to jinx myself too much though, because anything can happen within a small amount of time, so let's just focus on the short term, which is going to be fixing up the antenna. I would like to fix it up before I get over to my ship, so we don't have to worry about, doing all of that while under the threat of getting arrested. So we're gonna go head over to Port Ezekiel, buying up the scrap XPDR antenna. It's the only one in stock, so I really want to get it immediately. We will not send it to the barter zone. I will accept that, and we can see what kind of supplies we need in order to fix it up. Which goes as follows: scrap, aluminum, carbon fiber, a motor, small mechanical parts, and small electrical parts. We should be able to buy that all from here. We should also have enough space in our bag. With that full list, setting us back $330. This is highway robbery, the amount of money they want to sell this off at. I'm gonna get 3 of each part, other than the motor, which should hopefully be good enough. Now we drag it off to the middle of the station, dropping in all of the spare parts. Voila! This bad boy is gonna be in perfect condition. You can barely tell I just bought it from the scrap kiosk. With that, I will pick it up, and hopefully we'll be able to transfer it once we call over the public transport. Oh man, it feels good to be back here. Everything still seems to be in good condition. If I look around, there's no really bad thing. Let me go pop on the helmet and we can install the antenna. Hell yeah, that means our ship is now legal and it should be sending out signals. I will be checking my nav station very briefly to double check, and once I am sure of that, we can finally sleep for a very, very long time. Let's see here. Okay, this is definitely something new. It's just sending me a bunch of system errors. That's a little bit worrying, but if we look at the transponder, it is still sending out a signal. Now I ask the question, what the hell is going on with my nav console? I am going to try and debug the errors, and hopefully it should be an easy, reboot situation. That wasn't too bad of a problem at all, actually. We fixed it up pretty darn quickly. Now we get to sleep for the rest of the day. Oh man, Nelson really needed that. We feel like an outcast, but we feel energized from extended sleep. This feeling may last an hour or two, which is a really good way to start off a workday. We are extremely hungry, a little bit thirsty, and absolutely disheveled, so once we wake up, we are going to deal with them accordingly. Grabbing some spot prawn curry stir fry to eat, washing it down with some water, finally freshening up with a hygiene pack we looted off a derelict. Free has never felt so good. Now the thing we need to worry about is actually buying a new derelict and what kind of supplies we have on hand already. We did spend quite a few objects in order to fix up our last thing, so I really want to make sure we have all of the fixings if I do want to create another flipped ship. For a very strong start, we do have a nav station, which means controls are out of the way. There is a battery, a couple of pumps, nitrogen canisters in the corner. We do have an oxygen can and an oxygen alarm, so we will be able to deal with life supports. We do have a few nuclear reaction parts, but those aren't too good. We do have an intake, but I don't see any thrusters, so if I want to make a ship actually fly, I think the thing we need are going to be RCS thrusters. And maybe if I'm lucky enough, we could get some coolers and heaters for life support as well. Overall, we still do have quite a few good options. Oh, and also an antenna. Usually a lot of the derelict ships don't carry these, so having one on hand would be nice. Now the question, where did we end up while sleeping? Okay, we're pretty darn far away. We do still have our scrapping license, so I think before we head back to K-Leg to buy anything, we have quite the hit list of derelicts. First of all, we can hit up this one that's about 27 kilometers away. Once that's done, I'm going to bounce in between these three here, finally heading back to the asteroid. That sounds like a darn good plan. I will see you over there. Did you know that there was actually a time where I was extremely scared of docking? Now when I do it, it almost feels like riding a bike. We are spinning a little bit, so I will equalize our position before I go inside. I don't really want to give Nelson motion sickness. Let me also switch the tracking mode over to our ship, and I'm just going to press R a few times. Not bad, that's a lot smoother than what I was used to. How big of a ship is this? Okay, wow, this, yeah, this basically... Oh, Nelson, you lucky son of a gun. Oh, what a good send-off. I don't see much else in here right now, but that right there in the middle is a completely intact fusion reactor, which means Nelson here is going to be able to do the same old selling point of, wow, look at this cool nuclear reactor. Perfect. Let me go pop on my helmet and we can see what else is in here. We still do have our spinal scepter, so if there's any pirates on board, they will learn true pain. We have quite a few storage areas and an extra liquid helium tank. That is a lot of money. And thrusters, not in good condition, but I can fix that up very quickly. So bare minimum, we do have another project on our hands. Down over here, we have a very large bathroom, pretty run-of-the-mill. Up over here, we have a locked off door. I would want to repair it, but I think it'd be better just to scrap it right now. Revealing another bathroom. There is an antenna, though, in good condition, so that's one thing we don't have to worry about. Over to the east, we have more doors. This one is in good condition, so I will uninstall that right now. Inside, we have an empty nitrogen canister and a half-filled oxygen canister. That'll do perfect for our build. There is a heater in still decent condition. Just to be safe, I will be repairing it a tiny bit so it doesn't break while I am looking around the ship even more. That should be a good amount. Okay, over here we got another door. Again, same deal, almost broken, but it's not. Now the real bread and butter, everyone. A completely intact fusion reactor core and repaired fusion field coil assemblies. The field regulator is broken, the pellet feeder is not, the MHD generator is damaged, the laser grade capacitor is not, the fusion laser is not broken either, the fusion core pump is safe, crowd distribution completely damaged, that's fine. We should have quite a few of these in replacements in the form of the core pumps and laser arrays. Also, we do have a thruster in the corner. Okay, we are good. Finally, up over here, we have a couple of RCS intake regulators, yet another CO2 scrubber. I will need to install that into a future build, and a couple of batteries with some thrusters. Damn, this is such a good package. I think that's gonna be everything. Now begins the really fun part, looting through all of the containers. We could find ourselves some purple jumpsuit overalls, so keep your fingers crossed. Let's see what we have. We have spare parts, okay, decent. A locked PDA, featuring no hacking software, so it's a bit of a miss on this. I will still take it for maybe a small price though. Inside of this bulkhead bin, there's some rice wine. There's also a door I completely forgot to go check out, with a fully functional O2 alarm and nav station. Okay, I'm really glad I decided to check this one out. I will uninstall you. Then finding a bunch of trash like half-used pain pills, toothbrushes, one decent condition oxygen canister, even more trash, small mechanical parts, 5 bullets, 2 stir friction welders, ooh, a free thermostat, don't mind if I do. With the final western section of the ship featuring coffee, I will have that for Nelson later. He is going to be working quite a bit today. There's some pizza trenchers, Sadly, there's nothing really too expensive like I was hoping. It's all kind of run-of-the-mill loot, but honestly, I can't be too sad because of the amount of raw ship parts here currently. Oh, we got another locked PDA. This could be huge. It looks like we have a Hand of Death PNG, that is money, and roster PMCs. I've never seen that before. A detailed list of participants in one of the Ardent PMC basings out of the ring station near Ceres. That sounds pretty helpful. I'll take that. That's money. With this final section here, the entire ship will be looted. Yep, nothing too remarkable. Okay, Nelson, our oxygen is about 39%, our battery is at about 25%. Let me go do a quick little hot swap of the battery really quick, bumping me up to 64%, and we can begin uninstalling everything. With the only thing I want to do with our ship right now is to stop the rotation. Okay, now it's completely standstill. We can work in safe conditions. I will let you know when it's all uninstalled. It's gonna be quite a few hours of work. Well, it's not the end of the job, but I will say it is a pretty good hallmark. Well done! Nelson Bernard has completed training electrical engineering to 100%. Isn't that cool? I'm guessing it's from all the nav stations we've repaired. We have brought over quite a few items. We still need to bring over the reactor coil, but I think everything else should be good. I am also going to be yoinking that ship battery and installing it into my ship. If we look over at our character, you can see that we are now trained in it. Yeah, right over here, skilled in electrical engineering, which should boost up our repair speed, so it's gonna make this next little bit all the more easier. I will say we are running out of space very quickly, but with the lack of space comes all of the prepared tools we need to fix up a ship. Our license does expire within the next 4 hours, so I won't be able to visit any other derelict. It's gonna be a straight shot to K-Leg once I'm done grabbing all the supplies. That is seriously cool. If you look at our repair speed right now, it's going at a 9 times multiplayer. Before, it was 5 times, so grabbing that trained skill has quite literally doubled our repair speed. I can only imagine how much of a powerhouse a character could be with all of the tools, like the laser torch, and all of the skills. You would be able to disassemble ships in no time at all. Now we just uninstall it with the same 9 times multiplier, and we should be good with the ship. I guess it's off to K-Leg then. Hey, what the hell's going on here? What the hell? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me pause. I think this person may be trying to board me. I have no idea. This might go terribly wrong for us. If they are boarding me, I am going to match speed, and hopefully that should save us from a very bad conflict. This is not going good at all. Okay, we docked. We did match speed. What is going on here, Victoria Calhoun? Well, look who I found. Cough up the good stuff. Oh, it's a pirate. It's a really good thing I predicted they were trying to board me and we matched speed. By the way, if you don't know what that button does, all it does is put your ship into autopilot to match the trajectory of the boarding ship to avoid any major collisions, and it saved us probably half of the ship exploding alongside it. Anyways, it's a pirate. So I'm looking right on over here right now, and all I see is free real estate. Oh yeah. I'll give you one chance to surrender. Oh, wait a minute. The only thing I can do is surrender to the mugger. Yeah, Victoria, today is not your day. We will hit her in the head with the spinal scepter, immediately lacerating her upper chest with a purging scepter strike. By the way, that's a real cute knife you have there. It's not gonna help you. I'm gonna hit you again with the spinal scepter, gashing her upper abdomen with another spinal strike. Is your armor still holding up? It is. Wow, I'm genuinely surprised. Oh, cool. It looks like she's fleeing now, everyone. That's fun. You won't be able to escape too far, though. Come on, you can only run away so far, Victoria. There it is. Accept your punishment. Nelson Bernard demolishes Victoria's upper abdomen with a scepter strike. Are you still alive? No, you're bleeding, unconscious, and blacking out. Okay, well, sucks to be you, and I will be dragging you back to the ship. Come on, Victoria, I really don't need this evidence, and once we are done with that, I am going to steal all of the good parts on her ship. I'm not sure if you're peeping this, by the way, but she has, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thrusters, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, including a Hydra intake regulator. Do you see that bad boy right there? That is moolah. Honestly, I'm happy she decided to board me. Oh yeah, it's a real good day today. All right, well, we'll just leave around this coffin and we will be gone within the next couple of hours. You will be spared. If you get up, that is, and I will just help myself to all of your belongings. Thank you. Especially the Miura Hydra Intake Regulator. The Hydra, a rare and valuable aftermarket intake regulator once factored by Miura, produces thrust by taking cold compressed gas, usually nitrogen, from an installed canister and passing it onto onboard thrusters. Basically, this is a racing part, so having this will increase our thrust quite a bit. Also, I'm gonna take your lights. I'm gonna take everything, actually. Thank you. Alright, I think we have just about gutted this entire area. I left old Victoria here with the bare essentials to survive. I even brought along a small little intake regulator for her. So yeah, it's up to her to navigate her way out of this whole situation. I left her with a single thruster, a battery, so she has everything she needs, but we definitely robbed her for just about every single penny she's had. I should have been looking more forward to this. I am so excited about the future. The last thing I will be taking from you, Victoria, is that door. I'll be grabbing that in a minute once I grab everything back. We have so many thrusters now, everyone. It's a good day. It's a really good day to be me. And that just secured our out-of-debt-free plan. And I will be installing the intake regulator into my own actual ship because I think it's too cool to pass up. But I'll be doing that once I'm in the comfort of K-Leg. Where am I going to be putting this cart now? I think right off in the corner is going to be the only place for it. We have so much stuff. Also, what was inside your smart crate here? A EVA helmet, a CO2 filter, one completely charged up EVA battery. Don't mind if I take that. Okay, awesome. That battery actually goes over the limit somehow. If it works, it works. Okay, well, I'll see you later, Victoria. You made me a very happy person. I wish you the best of luck on your journeys. Also, I did take most of her lights as well, so I can put it inside either my own ship or the future ship we buy. Okay, everyone, small little problem. I didn't realize we're going a kilometer a second in terms of speed. We are pretty damn far away from K-Leg right now, so we are going to get as far away as possible from the elements of truth. And we're gonna have to do a few maneuvers to get back to our station. How far are we? Oh my gosh. That's not too good. Okay, we have quite the long haul ahead of us, everyone. Well, at the very least, we can push forward a little bit here. Equalize out our speeds, thank you very much. We're going to be burning through a lot of fuel for this. That's fine, we should have more than enough. Please avoid a future collision with that ship right there. Okay, we're good. Let's see if I can equalize our speed. We're slowly coming on in. Beautiful. We are going to be running low on RCS very, very soon. Okay, we're out. Let's go replace the canisters. Awesome, we're completely filled up on fuel now. Now it's time to head on all the way back to K-Leg. It's gonna be quite the trip away, so we are going to set our thrust forward just a tiny bit more. I think 500 meters a second should be pretty good, and we're going to be spending this time repairing everything all on the sub. Of course, after I get a little bite to eat. Grabbing some Chipotle pork with cheese spread for lunch. Okay, it's going to be a long trip back, everyone. I hope you are ready. Okay, everyone, good news. We are slowly coasting on into K-Leg, the asteroid once again. It's crazy to see how far we went out, by the way, and the entire time we were here. Yeah, look how far the Elements of Truth is now. They're dead. Okay, I did give them a chance, so if they do wake up, I'm sure they could do something, right? But yes, we are slowly heading in, and if you look around the area, I know it doesn't look too clean. You can see that the condition of the middle area, which is where I've been focusing on, looks a hell of a lot better condition-wise. So yeah, really the only part that's not doing too good is our left end, but we can fix that up during any really long time travel. Overall, I'm pretty damn happy, but I do need to micromanage some of the piloting here so I don't completely screw myself over and die. So we're gonna slowly turn around here. We're only going like 600 meters a second towards K-Leg, so I can make for any small errors in judgment. I think this is the most relieved I've ever felt docking back at K-Leg. What a little journey we went on. I wish I would have known how fast we were going when we were docked before, but I think it was well worth it for the amount of parts we've gotten. And we have like 2 hours left on our license, so we can go sell that off and renew our license. Oh boy, I am happy today. By the way, if you were curious, through that entire journey, we blasted through about 6 whole nitrogen canisters. It was pretty darn expensive. That would probably be around $10,000 in fuel costs, maybe a little bit more. I will see how much we're gonna be getting for prices at the black market. Selling off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Halverson RCS thruster assemblies. I'm keeping the intake regulator, which is going to be $27,000, by the way. Then we can sell off the extra laser array. Sadly, Nod doesn't want any of the standard navigation consoles, so I'll probably just have to sell that off at the scrap kiosk. Overall, though, that's going to be an easy $25,000, not to mention our PDA. Oh, yeah, look at that. The roster sells for like $3,000 a pop, giving me $35,000. Not a bad little chunk of change. Let's go check out the scrap kiosk now. Selling off the empty canisters, the extra Weber torch, 2 nav consoles, 2 ablative core liners, and I think that'll be it, netting me $26,277. It cleared up a little bit of space as well. The rest of this, though, is stuff that I want. Speaking about stuff I want, it's about time I install this intake regulator. I'm gonna install it on top of my other intake regulators, and we are gonna get some real crazy thrust going on in. Also, who is tracking me right now? I actually don't see any ship. That's weird. Well, out of sight, out of mind. Back to installing the intake regulator. Not gonna lie, I think a good spot for it is gonna be inside my nav console area. Yeah, I can drop it off like right here in the corner. The upgrades are now done. As you see, we have our intake regulator, and we have an additional 6 thrusters inside our ship. So hopefully, our ship should move at a much faster pace. I'm crossing my fingers anyways. But yeah, that is going to be all of the upgrades I'm going to be doing. I'm very excited to see our new speed, because before I think we were clocking out at about 1.3 Gs, so I really am crossing my fingers that it definitely increases. I still have enough oxygen and fuel to fuel up the derelict, as we have 3 extra canisters, 2 extra intake regulators, and 2 thrusters over here, so I'm not too worried about locomotion. One thing I will say, though, is that I'm genuinely surprised that this ship is still trying to track me. I have no idea where they're even at, if they're even in the system at all. We're going to turn it off, though. It's going to be a ghost of the past. I also went ahead and installed the new ship battery so that can recharge over time. I think we're ready to buy ourselves a new derelict, everyone, so let's go look in the market. I would want something that's a little bit close and pretty small-sized, so I won't have too big of a project ahead of me, but big enough to fit all of the parts I want. With $774,000, we should have more than enough money to buy just about any derelict we see. Anyways, what do we got here? We have a survey ship, which is one that I've definitely touched because one of the wings is completely gone, some labor barges. I would like one that I haven't visited that's pretty close by. That one is way too much money. By the way, small little pro tip, if you want a nice derelict to check out that you don't really want to, like, you know, investigate yourself, you can just look at the derelict list, see how far it is, and then just calculate in your head how far it truly is away. It's a very easy way to figure out how much you need in order to reach it. This gas tug over here might be pretty nice. Never mind, I have no idea why it's worth so much money. This passenger shuttle here is worth only $44,000. That's pretty damn good. It's only 21 kilometers away. I think that's a little bit too close for my own comforts, though. I really like this one right here. The M7E7. It's $411,000, but it's pretty decently sized. It already has a reactor room as well. Yeah. Why don't we go for this one over here? It's about 67 kilometers out. Its make is Tetsudo. Bada boom, that's going to be $411,000 in the bag. Let's go get it a nice transponder. That is such a good name. The Yes Man Kablam. Buy it right now. Boom, we got it. Let's go head on over and check out our new ship. Ah, okay, I think it's this one right here with the question mark. It's also the only ship that has an arrow instead of a little asterisk, so it has to be it. Let me go zoom in really quick. We should see the plan. Yes, that's my ship right there. You wait right there, Mr. Moneybags. I will be over in a jiffy. Quite literally, with our new intake regulators and thrusters. Oh yeah, look at that. It's going at 2.5 Gs now. That's pretty darn good. Now, our ship is extremely heavy, so I wasn't expecting anything too crazy, but that is a nice little benefit. Okay, we're gonna turn the ship around, just like that, and press the W key forward to victory. It took us around 5 whole minutes to reach this spot. Let's go dock in before I crash horribly. Please game update, thank you very much. We will initiate uncontrolled docking procedure. And it looks like the stars are going to align for our docking alignment. Yeah, I barely have to make any corrections. Bada, boom, boom, bada boom. Let's go check out our ship, everyone. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a real nice fixer-upper. There's definitely a lot of problems here. Let me go give it a nice little look over. I do spy with my little eye a nav station, so that's one less thing I have to buy. Is my helmet on? No, it's not. It definitely should be on, and let's go have some coffee while we are here, actually. It's good to stay hydrated and energized. Let's give it a peek. In which we have a very nice entrance area. It looks to be pretty airtight. A damaged RCS thruster, 2 damaged thrusters. Over here we have the remnants of a reactor room. It's pretty darn large. That is a liquid helium tank. Actually such a score. Down here we have some intake regulators. Honestly, this is not that bad. Okay, so here's my plan right now. Obviously, we need to make some doorways around this area. There's also a couple of doors in here. Yeah, why don't we go move over the battery really quick to see what we're actually dealing with when it comes to the power visibility. Also, is this guy still tracking me? That is so annoying. Hold on, let me just pull up my app and end it there. Let's get that battery in now. Awesome! It looks like that turned on most of the ship. If I turn on power visibility, it looks like it is reaching quite literally every spot. This is actually going to be a really easy job. Let's go focus on patching up the atmosphere then. Looking around, I think quite literally the only hull breach right now is the single flooring. So if I install the singular floor, will the entire ship just be good? I see no other problems. I'm going to vent out my own ship just to test. Yeah, it's holding oxygen now. Okay, wow, that was extremely easy. Why don't we go ahead and install some of the lights we have around the area to make this place a little bit more visible. Starting with this one down here, working around. I'm also thinking of reinstalling the nav station out of there, because if you look, it's already kind of a bathroom, so it should be a pretty easy job. So moving the nav station over to a little section like this might be better. Okay, let's get this place lit up a tiny bit more though. Not bad, we can see the entire ship now. Now that we got the lights down, we can go work on installing the fusion reactor. I'm also going to be leaving all the walls I pulled out just in case we need to build in a couple of extra like little rooms. Let's go pop in the reactor then. Oh my gosh, it looks like it belongs here. And that's because it does. This is actually going to be one of the easiest flips of my life. I can't believe they were selling this for like 400,000. I paid the same amount for that rabbit before for this behemoth. Absolutely insane. How's the battery charge looking? It should be good for 21 hours. More than enough time for Nelson to do his thing. Speaking about doing his thing, we will need to go use the bathroom. It has been a couple of hours of work, and Nelson has gotten done with quite a bit already. As you see, we have a dedicated room for a nav console, we also have a dedicated room for a sink, and if we go check up over here, you can see that we have the antenna and transponder installed, so it's looking pretty darn good. I think the next part we're going to start working on is more of the reactor core, so we can get that fully installed. We are still being tracked. I think that's going to be a bug that carries over for the entire playthrough. Oh, we also have one more door. Let me go install that into the final little spot as well. And what's even cooler is that because we have some of the parts in here already, we might have enough parts for a full fusion reactor already. Matter of fact, we do. Oh, hell yeah. The only thing I need to do is fix up the reactor fuel regulator, and I think we're going to be cooking after that. Okay everyone, that is going to be all of the parts for our reactor core. I do realize I am missing one part, and I'm pretty sure it's the cryo regulator. Aside from that, we have quite literally everything inside. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty loaded ship. I also went ahead and fixed up most of the interior lights, so it's no longer flickering like a rave. Down here, I reinstalled some new thrusters. We do have the old damaged ones. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna leave those in here. Maybe they'll add in some extra value. If we go check down here, I went ahead and repaired some of the intake regulators, and I'm just gonna repair this one here because it doesn't take too many resources at all. Once I am done repairing this bad boy, I think we're gonna go focus on life support systems, which I think are going to be extremely easy, at least for the oxygen, because all I have to do is install a oxygen sensor and link it to this pump right here. It's not a turbo one, so it's going to take its precious time, but it shouldn't take too long at all for this place to be filled out. Once the main area here gets atmosphere, I'm going to be opening up all the smaller rooms so they can get their fill of oxygen as well. Yeah, as you see, repairing these bad boys takes no time at all. To throw it on in, because this was such a good spawn, I won't even need to throw in fuel because it already has like really good nitrogen canisters. All of them are like 50% up, so yeah, we won't have to worry about that. We should have more than enough thrust to make it over to K-Leg. I am getting very excited about this. Up next, we're going to be repairing these thrusters up here so they don't give out on me mid-flight. Then what I'm going to do is install the oxygen sensor, going into the control panel and linking it up to the pump. It should be pumping in air. It has about 80% gas pressure, so it should fill up very quickly. Also, while I'm at it, let's go connect this pump with nitrogen over to the oxygen alarm as well. There it is, now we're getting a nice mix of nitrogen and oxygen. Up next, let's go ahead and deal with the heater and cooler. Oh, and while we're at it, let's go install that CO2 scrubber. Hell yeah. I went ahead and installed the extra core pump and pellet feeder into the reactor core, by the way, just to maybe bump up the price, but I think we are just about out of our items. We still do have the field coils, but there's not really too much of a use. The only other thing I would want to do right now is link the cooler and heater to its own thermostat, which I have right over here. So I'm going to install it probably... Wait a minute, is there already one here? No, that's a bin. Okay, so we will install it into the rear of the ship here. It's not the best life support systems, as it's pretty, simple, but it'll do. It'll do in a pinch, and it'll keep someone alive, which is what matters. I'm very curious to see what price we're gonna get, mainly because the ship was already good from the start. Like, it did not take a lot of labor at all. I honestly think we put more labor into our previous flip ship. But yeah, we basically did it. We have a couple of extra nitrogen canisters. I'll keep that for my own. There's not really much else I'd like to add, so why don't we undock and go see how much money we're gonna get at K-Leg, and if it even runs. Also, I just kind of realized, if I'm going to be selling off these parts, I might as well bring it onto our actual, sellable ship. That way we can sell off everything and the ship all in one go, leaving just the base ship. So once I'm done bringing everything over, we can go leave and sell off everything. Oh yeah, we got a loot as well. You know what? Let's go do that really quick. What do we have? We have nothing. 2 cigarettes, spare parts, more spare parts, motors and heat sinks, another rip handgun, electronics, and that seems to be it. Okay, nothing too remarkable. Honestly, the real remarkability is how good this ship was. That should be everything we need to sell off. We do have the extra flooring and stuff, but that's not too much of a problem. We can really dispose of that whenever, and it's always useful to have just in case a meteor hits us. This bad boy, I forget what it's called, is ready to leave, everyone. So let's go head onto the nav console, take that docking list out of the way. Ah, yes, it's a yes man kablam. We should have more than enough RCS fuel, about 78%. Yeah, let's go to the local channel and undock from our mothership. Setting our destination to K-Leg. It does look like we're gonna have to move around a little bit, so let's slowly back up. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do fine. This bad boy flies like a dream. We're gonna turn it around and slowly shift on forward here. We're not gonna take it too fast just to save on fuel. We're gonna take it real easy. And while the ship is moving, I am gonna go pop open my little pocket here and eat some trenchers. Oxygen is still good. Yeah, we can take it off and eat it. Oh, dude, it's actually such a nice ship. I do think it would be a viable strategy to just not build up your own ship and to sell it off as soon as possible so you can buy a derelict such as this one and just reap all the benefits of expansion without having to build out every single little thing. It's going to be a couple of hours before we make it in, so it's going to be a nice little trip. I will see you then. It looks like the station flipped once again. It's so weird seeing it from this angle. But hey, we landed, and now it's time to go sell off literally everything that's not nailed down in the ship. So let's go set a quick little barter zone to get everything out of here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll add it in, set it for barter. Now we can head over to the scrap kiosk and get as much money as possible. Not before visiting the black market, of course. Selling off the field coils, and that's it. You know what? That's $8,000. I'll take it. With the rest of the items that are able to be sold off giving me another $4,229. It also helps clean up all the trash in the area, so it looks a lot cleaner. I mean, that is a clean ship. Okay, now that we've done that, we have gotten ourselves around $10,000, maybe 15 more about. Now the real question is how much this ship is gonna be worth. We will trot our way down to a ZQA commercial and see. I have a very good feeling about this, everyone. First of all, we will access the ship rating system to see what it actually gets in terms of a rating. We have ourselves a yes man kablam. If you check the rooms, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 if I would have put something inside of that room there. Still pretty darn good. Okay, not bad. I'm not sure how much it's gonna sell off for, but we will see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. $1.1 million, everyone. This makes Nelson a millionaire. We sell that bad boy immediately. Not a bad haul. Oh yeah. Alright, I think that's a perfect send-off for our debt. We will go into our finances, we will prepay the mortgage, and pay off our entire debt, leaving me with almost $650,000 still, so we can continue this business into the future. I am genuinely so surprised we were able to pay off our debt. We've went through so many different adventures, so much has happened, we've killed a god, and look at us now. We're a made man, and we're making money. We're actually probably within the 1% at this point, old Nelson here, with his ingenuity and his electrical goods. The reason why I am ending the series here is I've done all that I've really set out to, so I don't really want to keep the series dragging on for infinity, especially because I will be revisiting this game in the future. It is such a fun game, and I'm very excited to see what the 1.0 release looks like and the other systems. I know we could have done long-range travel, or even transporting goods across space to make money, but I think we'll save that for a future run. Nelson here is an absolute champion. Maybe you'll have some drinks with Na after. Anyways, everyone, this is going to be the end of Ostranauts. I will be back in the future. I'm going to give it a little bit more time to cook. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue Nelson's journey. We'll see how things look, because I'd love to retrofit my actual ship with guns once ship-to-ship combat releases. Anyways, if you have liked this journey, please like, favorite, share, and subscribe for more. I loved every single second of this game. I've invested like 40 hours into this one character, so I hope you enjoy everything that I've given you as well. Okay, with that, Nelson is gonna go back home to his ship and we're gonna end things off. Looking over everything that we have built up until this point, it's really funny to think that we started with this little shuttle and we've quite literally tripled or quadrupled its size. I will see you all next time. Peace the hell out, everyone.